The court finds that there is clear and present danger of family violence unless he is ordered to whatchamacallit. Some people caught on to the fact that, you know, a troll is going to troll all the time. His ex-girlfriend trolled in the signature, right? You're like, how did she troll? There you go, right there. People caught, I didn't want to bring attention to it, but people caught this shit. You see it? You see the heart? You see the heart? This is a FU because this is intentional. Who signs their signature with a heart? Because the thing is, he's gonna see it. And I know when he saw it, he was like,
"Oh my God, bro!
Oh hell no, man! What the?"
Exactly. Oh my God, bro! With the heart. Because for some people, this is a game. For other people, this is, you know, this is very serious. So it may be a game to her, but the implications are very serious for XQC. All right, so we're going to give a comprehensive overview of family violence, which she's alleging that he committed. He committed family violence against her. He has not been charged, which is very important. And we're going to bring a lawyer to talk about how family violence is and what family violence explains. And it's unfortunate that we're using his real life to kind of share what family violence is, because it's a heinous allegation. And I'm going to bring up to you a Texas divorce attorney is about to explain to you guys what family violence is, okay, and how it can impact you and how it's used in these divorce proceedings.
An estimate, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety, in 2015, an estimated 194,000 reported family violence incidents were reported. The Texas Council on Family Violence estimates that 1 in 3 Texans have been victims of domestic violence in their lifetime. It is worth noting that many incidents go unreported, so the actual prevalence of the issue could be much higher.
Yes, and what happens is that men don't report it. Men do not report when it happens to us. You know why? Because we don't want to seem like a punk. We don't want to cause trouble. We just kind of want to move on with our life. Okay? Because we did see her take the pictures and put them on him. Did he report it? No, he did not.
Nope.
He didn't.
Hi, my name is Peter Sidezod, and I'm one of the attorneys here at the law office of Brian Fagan. Today's video is a complete guide to family violence in Texas, including the main types, limitations, and criminal procedures. According to the Penal Code, family violence refers to any act of violence or abuse committed by one family member or household against another member of the family or household. The perpetrator intends to cause bodily injury or sexual abuse, while the victim has no means to protect oneself.
So this is their definition of family violence. He's about to go a little bit deeper into it. This is fair use. But guys, pay attention to what family violence is so you can kind of see what, you know, he's being accused of.
There are 3 main types of family violence recognized in Texas. The first type is domestic violence, which can occur between current or former spouses, individuals who share children, or individuals in a dating relationship. Domestic violence includes physical harm, emotional abuse, sexual assault, threats, or coercion.
Now you see that it's important to note that in the filing for family violence, he is noted in the court docs to say, hey, they have a dating relationship, right? I'll show you right here. Hey, just want to let you know, hey, applicant and XQC have a dating relationship defined under this code. So anything he does to her or whatever is going to constitute, it's not going to be assault. It's not going to be harassment. It's going to be listed as family violence because of the laws that they have in Texas. All right, let's get back to the video.
The penalty for this type of charge is the Class A misdemeanor, which will consist of a fine up to $4,000 or up to 1 year in jail, and sometimes might consist of both. Another type is continuous violence against the family. Under Texas law, continuous violence is defined as 2 or more acts of domestic violence committed against a family or household member within 12 months. Continuous violence is a 3rd-degree felony in Texas, and the penalty is 2 to 10 years in prison with a fine up to 10 grand. The third type is aggravated domestic violence. It is an act of domestic violence involving serious bodily injury or using a deadly weapon. It can also include threatening a member of the family while being armed. Aggravated domestic violence classifies as a second-degree felony with up to 2 to 20 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. So what should you do?
So this is why I was saying, hey guys, I was like, hey, you put clickbait on there. It's talking about he can go to jail. I'm like, guys, I'm not. I would never clickbait you. He really can go to jail. And you're like, how? All right. So they went over all the terms, right? Let's see what he can do, what legal recourse he can do to mitigate the family violence.
20 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. So what should you do if you are accused of family violence? The most common defense stance is self-defense. You need to prove you are protecting yourself or another from imminent bodily injury. In some cases, the alleged victim may have made false allegations of family violence for personal or strategic reasons.
Now, his lawyer is going to point out this fact 100%. Hey, now I don't know what he did to her, but his lawyer's got to say, hey, maybe she gaslit him. And you cannot overlook the strategic advantage in her case to gain access to lawyer fees, to gain access to the house, that it benefits her financially if he's accused or, charged with family violence.
If you can show this, you might be able to have the charges dismissed. Different types of family violence have different penalties as discussed before. In some cases, the alleged victim may have made false allegations of family violence for personal or strategic reasons. If you can show this, you might be able to have the charges dismissed. Different types of family violence have different penalties as discussed before.
So we're hoping for a dismissal, and that's why in the court docs right here, he asks for an extension right here. Hey, on June 21st, the agreement of her and respondent to grant XQC's request, the hearing on the application for a protective order to extend until June extended, so he can buy some time. I'm just, hey, he requested the extension, not vice versa. Let's keep going, and then we're going to get into what happens if the family violence charge is successful on XQC.
One such way is a protective order. Protective orders have penalties if violated, such as up to 1 year in jail or probation for up to 2 years. Individuals accused of aggravated domestic violence can lose their firearm possession rights for up to 5 years. Family violence is pervasive in Texas with far-reaching consequences for individuals and society. Recognizing the different types of violence and understanding the limitations of reporting is critical.
Let me show you guys the implications, guys. Like, you're like, well, what happens if you're convicted? Here we go. I got it for you.
Hey everybody, it's Sean Henriksen here from the Sean Henriksen Law Firm, and I wanted to talk a little bit about cases involving family violence today. In addition to the normal consequences of cases that involve family violence, there are additional consequences too that you need to be aware of if you're being charged with one of these.
So, family violence, guys, you're about to learn that it sticks with you for your entire life. Entire life.
First off, you cannot have your record sealed on a case involving family violence. So even if you get deferred adjudication on it and successfully complete that and the case gets dismissed, in most cases at that point, you'd be able to have your record sealed. In a family violence case, you wouldn't be able to, which means that will always show up on your record.
Always.
You will also never be able to own a firearm or ammunition again. For some people, that's an important thing. For others, it's not as important, but it's something that you need to be aware of. Third, if you're ever charged with a family violence case again in the future, that case can be enhanced to a felony, which can have much greater consequences. And lastly, it could affect any custody arrangements that
Now, it's also going to affect custody arrangements, but he doesn't have kids. Guys, you see, you see how dangerous it is? You see how it's serious for him, and she's putting heart emojis at the end of the signature because, hey, she could be like, hey,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Gaslit his ass, took out a phone, recorded that shit. Now, guess what? You got to really protect yourself at all times, even from people who, oh, I love him. I would never do that. I love him. All right, so now let's talk about the money.